Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're going to continue on with our What's in the Box series. And in today's What's in the Box, we're going to look into the Battlefront Flames of War Puma Scout Troop. All right, which also now includes the Waffen SS cards. Okay, it looks like you're going to get 4 vehicles, 4 Pumas. These are going to be used for your late war games, and they're German, obviously. Now let's take a look at the company is Battlefront. They make a game called Flames of War, and they also make the miniatures and the vehicle models for use in that game. They are 1/100 scale, which also is 15 millimeter. Now the box says that it will make 4 Puma or for 234 2 centimeters. That would be this guy right here with the turret with the 2 centimeter, or the 75 centimeter or the 75 millimeter, which is this guy right here. He's the one with the anti-howitzer, right? You get a decal sheet. You also get 3 unit cards, plus the Waffen SS, because that's an add-on. That's a sticker on the box. And which in Flames of War, that will allow you to make 2 Puma Scout troops, which I'm going to assume is 2 Puma per troop. Or you could make a 75 millimeter gun platoon, right? It doesn't even mention this guy. Now, if you play any other 15 millimeter games like Battle Group, Command Decision, Battlefront, Spearhead, whatever you play, your army lists might list different vehicles for different types of units, so only you will know exactly what you need. So let's go ahead and open this up, take a look and see exactly what you get out of this box. And it'll take me just a second. This has got a plastic seal on it, and I'll be right back. All right, we got the plastic seal off. Now let's go ahead and open this. Okay, you can see it has some little bit of bubble wrap in there. That was very nice of them to protect the sprues. There's a few extra parts and pieces. Okay, we'll set that off to the side right there. Looks like you get 4 sprues, 1 for each of your 234s. These are the cards. Oh, and you got the decals in there. And it looks like we've got some crew figures. We'll take a look at those. And then we got some additional, like, tank commander style crew figures right here. And this is just pure bubble wrap. Okay, get that in there. All right, let me open up the cards. All right, now before I go any further, I just want to let you know that the more and more that I do business with Battlefront and I get these boxes and do reviews on them, I get more and more impressed about the care that the company uses to ensure that you as the consumer will get your product intact. Like these cards are in a plastic sleeve with tape. The decals are in there as well to protect them. These soft ABS plastic crew are in their own little baggie. You saw the bubble wrap wrapped on these guys. Yeah, that's just extra attention to safety, and not safety, but you know, just not detail either, but more like customer service or concern for you. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards. Yep, you get more than 3 cards. You get, looks like 5. And Yep, that's an SS1, and that's an SS1. Okay. So you get the Puma Scout Troop, and it says that you can field 2 Puma Scout Troops. Now, a company like Battle Group, if they wanted to save a dollar, they could print one of these and give it to you, because these 2 cards are exactly the same. But what the company likes to do is give you 1 card for every potential unit in their game that they're going to present. So if this is 1 scout troop and this is another scout troop, all the numbers on the cards are exactly the same. So as a player, I could have just said, or as a company, I could have just given you 1 card and said, that's what you get. There's the stats. And I would have been content with that. But they go that extra mile. That's another thing that I just think they're a good company when it comes to that. Yeah, it's 2 Pumas with 50 millimeter. Would be 4 points, or 2 234s with the 20 millimeter is 3 points. So you could build, that's where that 20 millimeter turret comes in. You could build it with a 50 millimeter, or you could build it with the 20 millimeter. Okay. Now we look at all these cards, and we look at I take a gander at all the different sprues and the figures and the decals and everything, and then what we do is we zoom in so that you can see exactly what you're getting. Now here's the 75 gun platoon. It says you can have either 2 or 3. Okay, and this comes with 4, right? So most people in the universe would build the 2 as 75s, and then the other 2 as either Pumas or 20 millimeters, depending on your point costs. And then there's the SS Scout Troop. Puma SS Scout Troop, and you get 2 of them. It doesn't have an SS 75, but okay, and each of these scout troops are Pumas with 50s, not 20s. So if you're going SS, you're going full on Puma. I think that's considered the -2, and the 75 I think is a -3. It might be -4. And then the 20 millimeter gun with the turret, I think it's a -1. I think. I'll post it on the screen somewhere so you guys would know. A little bit of research, gotta love it. Okay, so those cards are good. Now when I take a look at these decals, I'm looking at bumpers. I'm looking at 3 crosses for 4 vehicles. It looks like it's got Panzer Lehr decals. That's great, because I wanted to field some Panzer Lehr. And then also that's the 2nd Panzer Division. Wow. These are perfect for the Battle of the Bulge Bastogne, because I think it was the 47th Panzer Army had 3 divisions that came in and attacked Bastogne. It was Panzer Lehr, 2nd Panzer, and the 26th Volksgrenadier Division. But Pumas wouldn't be in the Volksgrenadier Division. That's awesome, because I love that campaign, and I used to run that campaign. Okay, so we'll change the focus, and we'll get a zoom in on all this stuff. Remember. Okay, now, yeah, let's take a look at this crew real quick. You got 3 from the waist up, and then 2 from the shoulder up. So it just depends on how you put them in, you know, like just peeking out or if he's actually standing up. Radio binos with a handset, a helmet, soft cap, a different type of soft cap. Looks kind of SS actually. Yeah, we'll take a look at those. And then the crew, both of these sprues are the same, so you only need to look at one. Looks like one guy carrying a big gun or big shell. That's probably for the 75. A guy with binos and a guy with a two guys with soft caps. He's got a helmet. Yeah, just regular old generic looking little crew members. Love them. Okay, now the main sprue, I'm going to suspect that all 3 of these sprues, or 4 of these sprues, are exactly the same, and they are. So you get 4 sprues. Now you can build whatever you want out of these four sprues. If I could get away with it, I'm going to try to figure out how I could do this. But all right, it looks like the 75 gun is on a casemate, kind of. It's right there, and you got your gun. The Puma's got a turret, but it also has a turret bottom right here that would accept one of these pegs, and that peg would go into the turret, the top plate that goes up here, right? Because I'm sure this piece covers that, and then the Puma turret would just stick in. The 20mm gun, I would assume, yeah, the Puma and the 20 both go on to this plate. So if it looks like you can make both turrets, and then you can swap the turrets out because you don't glue them down, you just fit them onto the using the pegs, and they give you 2 pegs. So the 2 pegs, one for the 50mm turret and 1 peg for the 20mm turret, and then the 75. Now I'm looking down here in the bottom right, and I see this Pack 40. There is a 4th 234, and it had the anti-tank gun, and I think that was the number 4. Again, I'll post it on the bottom. But this would go on a different casemate. Yeah, because that one's not being shown. That one's being shown for the 75, the short 75 howitzer. But that one might be an anti-tank gun for a long 75. It doesn't show, it does say, yeah, it doesn't show that as an option for the scout troop. But I'm going to have to take a look to see if that's one I could put together. That's the Puma, that's the 50, that's the 20, short 75, long 75. It looks like you could build any 234. You don't have to build the ones that are shown on the box. And that's another reason why we do these what's in the box videos. All right, let me adjust the zoom. We'll bring it up close and we'll take a look. And when I do that, what I'll also do is I'll present some photos of the real things, maybe in the corner or something, so we can see how that 75 would actually mount, and maybe it uses this mount right here. All right, so we're only going to be looking at one of these mustard sprues, and then we'll take a look at one of each of those other sprues. Okay, this being the lower hull, and you can see it's got these multiple notches on the side, and the wheels, right? The wheels come in pairs of 2 on their suspension, and then you've got these little pegs here on the back that allow you to just basically plug them in to the holes. This being the top of the hull, that was the inner hull, right? This is the top of the hull. It gives you a big opening there, and then you would fill that opening with either the turret base, because you put that on there so that turrets can fit on that, or you put this in there so that this short 75 could stick out of it. It looks like this might be the bottom of that, and you got an open hatch that you could put one of your crew members sticking out of. If you do the 75 or even this pack 40, the long 75, if you do either one of those, you should be able to put the standing crew inside there, fully exposed. Now this, I originally said this was probably for that, but I think I misspoke. This looks like it definitely is. It's the turret. This is the hatch that goes on top of the turret, but inside the turret you would put your 20mm gun with machine gun. And then you've got these extra machine guns here that you would mount on the back. Let's see, does it even show extra machine guns being mounted? It shows one being mounted on the top of the, it shows one machine gun, but okay. But that machine gun is this guy right here, right? Just a simple MG42 mounting on the back of the short 75. There's like a little spot on the right that you would put a machine gun. That's really cool. Okay, I'm still, because if this large piece here is supposed to be, yeah, I can see where that would be the back plate on this, and this is the front plate, and the gun would just rest inside that hole there, and then it would, front forward facing, and then it's got a gun shield right here. So it's basically just like somebody picked a pack 40 up and put it right inside there. Okay, the Puma looks like it's got a spot right there for a machine gun. The howitzer looks like it has a spot there for a machine gun. So maybe that's where they go. Well, it doesn't show it on the diagram there, but I'll have to do a little research on that. We got some fuel canisters. We got a spare tire. Just looking at the tires, they look like they got quite a bit of detail on them. Got a tool kit on the side of this is for the Puma. Or if you want your Puma hatch to be closed, you got one right there. That's pretty sexy. And then you got your front bumper, of course. All right, yeah. All right, that was good. Now let's take a look at these 2 sprues. They're both exactly the same. So you get, like I said, you get a guy carrying a shell. Now that could be the anti-tank gun shell. That looks like an anti-tank gun, not a howitzer shell. This guy looks like he's just standing there. And then this guy's got some binoculars and a helmet. And then this would be the tank crew that would go on the top of the Puma, depending on if you wanted to put Puma crew members I've got other Pumas that need crew members, so maybe I use some of these on some of my other Pumas. And then finally, let's take a look at those decals. You got your 3 crosses per vehicle, and then there's 6. Top one is Panzer Lehr, and then you got 2nd Panzer Division, right? And then you got your bumpers identifications. Nice. And then you don't need to see a close-up of these cards. All right, guys. Well, that was the Puma Scout Troop. And this is basically saying that you can only build these 3, but I think that's not true. I think we can build that 75 anti-tank gun as well. Stay tuned on my channel, and you might see me actually put these together and show them off. So, well, thanks for coming out and watching this video and learning a little bit about this Puma Scout Troop box, and I'll catch you in the next one.